Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today I have for you a tutorial on this beautiful bicone and Superduo bracelet. So I have been trying to come up with original patterns and it's been a struggle. I'm not that creative with this, but I think this one turned out pretty. It's just bicones and Superduos and some seed beads, pretty much. And I've used a button for the clasp. Now I made this and it is too big for me because I was going to do a different closure and changed my mind. So I'm going to have to take this one apart and redo it. But it's very supple. Look at this. I love the way it feels and it looks really pretty on. So real sparkly and just, I love the mixture of the Superduos. This is a mix I got from AC Moore when they were going out of business, and I think it's beautiful. So I've created my own mix today. I am going home for my son's graduation. I'm leaving Thursday morning, and I'll probably wear like black because it's, even though he can only invite 7 people, it's just going to be him and 7 people, but you know, I'll probably wear something black. I wear a lot of black. So I made this mixture of Superduos. Now, I am dedicating this bracelet to MaryKay. This is my MaryKay bracelet because MaryKay sent me a whole bunch of Superduos and 2 whole beads. And I want to thank her so much for that. So MaryKay, this pattern is, this is the MaryKay bracelet. It's dedicated to you. So, anyway, if you want to make this, I'm going to go ahead and tell you everything you need. So let's lay this up here. So you're going to need some Superduos. Now you can do any colors you want. You can do all one color. You can do each row. You could do each row as a different color, or you can just mix it up kind of like I did. So you're going to need some Superduos. You're going to need some 15-0 seed beads. Now you're going to need, I mean, you don't have to have this. You could do 3 15-0s across here if you want. I did a true 2 in there, and I'm going to use this little sparkly rondelle on this one just because I like a little sparkle on the edges there. But you could just do 3 15-0s. You could do, you know, one color, another color, another color. You could do it however you want. You don't have to have these. But I did have these little, I think they're 2mm. They're teeny weeny. So I'm going to use those on the sides. You're going to need some 4mm bicones. You're going to need just a few 8-0 seed beads, like not very many at all. All that we're using the 8-0s for are this first row on each end. So you're going to need like 16 of them. That's about it. And then you're going to need a clasp of some sort. So I used the button on this one. On this one, I'm using this piece of filigree. I don't know where I got this filigree. I've had it for a long time. But you can Google filigree or go on Amazon and it brings up all kinds of stuff. Excuse me, my allergies are driving me crazy this morning. And if you have a bead cap, a filigree bead cap, you can flatten it out and you can make a sort of like a piece of filigree from a bead cap. We have a stop bead. And I have some delicas here, some 10-0 or 11-0, either one, delicas. If you want to peyote here, I didn't peyote this one because I knew by the time I got to this point that I was going to be taking this apart because I knew that it wasn't working out right. But if you want to peyote this loop, you can, and I think I will on this one because now I know what I'm doing a little bit more. So you will need your needle threaded onto about an arm or a wingspan and a half of Fireline. I've got 6-pound black. I don't know what size needle this is. Everybody always asks me that. I do not even know. I mean, I have all my needles in just a container and I don't pay any attention to what's what size. I've never really had trouble with that. Now, if we were going through the 15-0s several times or something like that, then yeah, I would try to get a thinner needle, but we're not going to be doing anything that's going to require any certain thin needle. So just any size needle is fine. And I think that's everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to do is put on a stop bead. So to put on a stop bead, and you want to use a bead that's not part of your project so you don't accidentally sew it in at the end, but you just sew through. Leave about a 12-inch tail so you have room to sew your other end of your clasp on if you want to at the end. And go ahead and sew back up through this again. I sew back up through this little stop bead twice, and it just keeps it in place and keeps your beads from falling off the end of your thread, because that would be really aggravating. Okay, so here's what you got, just a little stop bead on there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up a Superduo, 4 8/0 seed beads, okay, another Superduo, 4 more 8/0 seed beads, and a third Superduo. So you've got a Superduo, 4 seed beads, a Superduo, 4 seed beads, and your final Superduo, just like this. Bring this down to the bottom of your thread. Okay, and here's what you've got. Now pick up a 15/0, your little sparkly bead, and a 15/0. Now if you're not doing a sparkly bead, just pick up 3 15/0s, okay? And if you can see this top Superduo here, you're just going to go back down through the top hole of this Superduo this way, okay? And just hold your thread until you get a couple of rows in on this. It's a little bit, you know, fiddly. You just kind of have to pull it tight. You do want to keep a tight tension on this because it's a really slinky bracelet anyway. You don't want it to be too loose, so keep your tension tight, okay? Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, just like this, and go down through the next hole here on this Superduo. And pull tight. Okay, there's what you've got. And it's a little fiddly, you just gotta hang on to it. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and don't go through your stop bead, but your bottom hole here, your bottom Superduo, go down through the open hole. Okay. Pull tight. Make sure you pull tight, okay? And here's what you've got. Okay, now we're going to pick up a 15/0, a sparkly bead, and a 15/0, like this. We're going to go through, let me think, I want to make sure I get this right. I messed this up on my last one, so I'm trying to, go through the next Superduo hole right here. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't forget to add that Superduo. I tried to write the pattern down, but oh my goodness, I'm not good at that either. It's better if I just do it. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through this next Superduo right here. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and pull tight. Now pick up a sparkly rondelle or sparkly bead, or if you're not using the little sparkly beads, I would do 2 15/0s right here instead of this one. But I'm doing the little sparkly bead, and go through your next Superduo. You could even use a little like a 2mm bicone in there. You could use an 8/0 seed bead in there. But if you're not doing the little rondelles, you could do the two little 15/0s would work. Okay, pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go right up through the next Superduo, the open hole of the next Superduo. Pull tight. Make sure you keep your tension tight. It's important. Okay. Now you're going to pick up a 15/0, a sparkly rondelle, and a 15/0. And we're going to go right down through the very next Superduo, the open hole. Just like this. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through the hole on the open Superduo, the next one. And there you have it. Now you're going to pick up your sparkly rondelle and go down through the next Superduo hole. And pull tight. This is where you have to keep your tension really tight because you don't want thread to show. So just make sure you're pulling tight. Then pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through the last Superduo on your row, the open hole there. And don't get your tail caught up like I just did. Okay. And pull tight. Alright, here's what we've got. Pick up a 15, a rondelle, and a 15, and you're going to go up through this hole right here on the next Superduo. This is we're making our turn. Okay. We're going to pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through the next Superduo. Just like that. Pick up a sparkly rondelle and go through the next Superduo. Pull tight. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through the top Superduo there on your row. And there's what you've got. Okay. Pick up a 15-0, a sparkly rondelle, and these 15-0s are kind of uneven. Another 15-0, and go. You're making your turn, so go down through the hole on that Superduo, back down the other way, and if you happen to pull it loose like I just did, just tighten it back up. Okay, just like that. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo. This Superduo is a little wonky. I'm going to get him out of there. Okay, and go back down. You're starting back down this way now, so through the hole in the next Superduo. And pull it tight. Okay, pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go down. Whoops. Oh, nope. Sorry. Wrong one. Pick up your sparkly rondelle and go through the next hole right here. Oh, got ahead of myself, didn't I? And pull tight. Now pick up your Superduo, your bicone, and your Superduo, and go through the bottom hole on your row. And there's your next row. See how it's turning out? We're going to make a turn again. Pick up a 15-0, sparkly rondelle, and a 15-0. Just like this. Go through this open hole on your Superduo. And pull tight. Okay. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through your next open Superduo. Pick up your sparkly rondelle, go through the next hole, the next open Superduo. Okay. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through the top Superduo on your row. And pull tight. And there you have it. We're going to do one more and then I'll let you go to length. So pick up your 15-0, your sparkly rondelle, and your 15-0, and you're going back down through this, we're making our turn. So right there. And pull tight. Okay. Pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go down through the next Superduo, just like this. There you go. Pick up your sparkly rondelle, move that out of the way, and go down through the hole in your next open Superduo. And pull tight. Okay, pick up a Superduo, a bicone, and a Superduo, and go through the next Superduo, the last one on your row. Okay, and we're going to make our turn again. So to do that, 15-0, rondelle, sparkly rondelle, and a 15-0, just like this, and go through this hole back up the other way. And that's what you're going to do till you get to the length of your bracelet. Now, let me say, the clasp, the loop for this is going to have to be large. See, I was actually going to use this on this one. So to do that, it, would have had to be this big. So make sure you figure that in when you're going to your length. I'm sorry, I'm not even on camera, am I? Okay, I was going to do this on this bracelet. And so the loop had to be pretty big, but I changed my mind and then used a button, and the button's too small. So that's why I've got to take this one apart. But make sure that you figure in this in your length, okay? Because it definitely, will make a huge difference. So the beaded part of my bracelet here is, let me see how long. The beaded part of it is 6 inches, okay? And then that's an inch. That loop right there on the end right here is an inch alone, and then this is an inch. So I ended up with an 8-inch bracelet, and I have a 6.5 inch wrist. So obviously that's not going to work. So make sure that you figure that in when you are doing your length on this bracelet, okay? So go all the way down to the length that you need, and then come on back and we'll finish it. Okay, so I wanted to show you something. So I've encountered a Superduo with a blocked hole, which is something that happens every now and then. I don't check each one before I put them on here because that would take forever. And usually if you have a little blocked hole, you can take a needle, a little bit thicker needle, like I've got this this is like a hat pin kind of needle. And you can usually unblock it just by sticking the needle through. See? It's just paint that gets in there, in that hole, and clogs it up. So if that happens, don't freak out. You don't have to take your project apart. Just use something thicker, like a thicker needle than your little beading needle, and just poke it through. If that doesn't work, try your beading awl. Just do it gently so you don't break the bead, okay? So go to length, and make sure you keep your tension super tight on this. It's very, very, very important. I can't stress that enough. This is a slinky bracelet anyway, so if your tension's not tight, you're going to have a lot of thread showing, and it's not going to look good. So make sure you're pulling very tight and keeping it very tight, okay? So go to length, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and I have gone to about 5 inches here. Let me get that so it doesn't hit the camera. Yeah, about, well, close to 5.5 inches here on my bracelet. So I am ready to make the loop for the clasp. So I'm going to do the loop on this end and sew the clasp on the other end, only because I didn't leave a huge amount of tail and it won't take as much for the clasp. So we're going to sew the loop on first. So you should have put your last 3 little embellishments on and be coming out the first hole of your Superduo right there, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up 4 8/0 seed beads, just like this, and you're going to go through this hole on your Superduo, the next hole up on your Superduo. Okay, just like that. You're going to pick up a Superduo. You're going to go through this next Superduo, just like that. Perfect. And then you're going to pick up 4 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go through this top hole on the Superduo. And poke the needle right into your finger. Okay. So here's what we've got. Okay, just like this. Alright, we are going to pick up 1 15-0. And we're going to go around here and back through, or do I want to do it this way? Nope. Put your 15, don't pick up your 15-0. Just go, actually, yeah, pick up a 15-0. I'm trying to figure out how to finish this a little bit because I did it different on the last one and I want to do it better on this one. Okay, so pick up your 15-0, your rondelle, just like you were doing one of these, and go back through the bottom hole on the Superduo that you're coming out of. The bottom hole, the bicone, the bottom hole of the next Superduo. Okay, just go straight through those. This is going to put the little embellishment on there on the end. Coming straight through there. Okay, go through the top hole of this Superduo, your rondelle, the top hole of the next Superduo. So we're just sewing to the other side is basically all we're doing. Or we're attempting to. It's kind of hard to get through there sometimes. They're at an angle, okay? So just go through those 3. Go through this bottom hole of this Superduo, your bicone, the bottom hole of this Superduo right here. Okay, so now you're coming out the other end. I'm going to flip it because I work better this way. Okay, so I'm going to go back up through the top hole of this same Superduo that I'm coming out of and the 4 seed beads. And basically all that did was add the embellishment and get us back around to the other side. So go through the 4 seed beads. Okay, go through the top hole of this Superduo and the bottom one of this Superduo. Just like that. Okay, so you should be coming out the bottom hole of this middle Superduo that sticks up between your seed beads. Okay, we are going to go through the top hole of that Superduo. And here's where you should be, coming out of the top hole. Now make sure you pull tight. Okay, so here's where we're going to peyote, if you want to peyote. If not, you can just add seed beads or whatever you want to do. You don't have to peyote, but I think I'm going to. So I've got to pick up enough seed beads to fit this through, or delicates here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, drop those down. It's going to take more than that. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and I'm going to put on 24 and see how that does. Okay, so what you do is you just kind of put them on there and then you flip it around to see, and that is definitely not even long enough. So we'll do 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So 10 more. Let's see how that looks when I turn it. That's getting closer, but I'll probably still need a few more. So I've got 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I'm going to do 42. Now, I'm going to flip this around. We've got it there, and that looks like that will fit through nicely. Okay, so I'm going to go back through this top hole in the Superduo and make a loop. And then let me just make sure. You want to make sure before you, you know, I'm going to have to add a couple more. What do I have on here? 42? Oops. go back through the hole. Let's do 43, 44, 45, 46. I'm going to do 48. It's okay if it's a tad loose. You just don't want it to be too tight. Okay, and then go back through. I mean, not the bracelet, but the loop here. If it's a tad loose, it's okay. Because, you know, and I think that'll work. Okay, so now I'm going to peyote. So I'm going to go through the first bead here. Coming out of my Superduo, I'm going to go through the first seed, or the first delica. Whoops. And pull it tight. Then I'm going to pick up a delica, skip the next delica, and go through the next one. So I'm coming out of this one. I'm going to pick one up, skip this one, and go through the next one. And what I do, it's going to set those two right by side. See, right there. So I'm going to pick one up, skip the next one, go through the next one. Okay. See, we've got the little T shapes going on. So I'm going to pick one up, skip the next one, and go through the next one. And pull tight. Okay, pick up a delica, skip the next one, go through the next one, just like this. Pick up a delica, skip the next one. I'm coming out of, let's see, this one, skip this one, go through this one. Look at that, where I poked myself. Made myself bleed. Pick up a delica. Skip, I'm coming out of this one, so I'm going to skip this one, go through this one. Pick up a delica. Skip the next one, go through the next one. I'm just doing that the whole way around this little loop. Pick up a delica, skip the next one, go through the next one. Pick up a delica. And I'm coming out of this one, so I'm going to skip the next one and go through the next one. Don't get your thread caught. Make sure you watch that, because it will happen. Pick up a delica, skip the next one, go through the next one. Pick up a delica, skip the next one, and go through the next one. Pick up a delica, skip this one. Wait, which one am I coming out of? Okay, skip this one and go through this one. Come on. And poke my thumb. Whoops. There we go. Pick up a delica. Coming out of that one, I'm going to skip this one and go through this one. This also reinforces your loop, but it gets a little hard when you get down on the sides to get through the beads, just because they're so, not because the holes are tight and you can't get through, but the beads are close together. Okay, I didn't miss one there, did I? No, okay. So I'm coming out of this one, I'm going to skip the next one and go through the next one. Coming out of this one, skip the next one, go through the next one. Coming out of this one, I'm going to skip the next one and go through the one after. Coming out of this one, skip the next one and go through the next one. And we're just about back around to the beginning. Okay, I'm coming out of that one. Skip this one and go through this one. Coming out of this one. Skip this one. Go through the next one. Coming out of this one, skip this one, go through this one. And coming out of this, skip this one and go through this one. And I'm coming out of that one. Okay, we're going to go through this one. Coming out of this one, skip this one, go through this next one. Okay. Now, that puts us back at the beginning. We have one more delicate. I'm just going to go through it. Go through the Superduo. Get my thread caught, apparently. There we go. Now, we're going to continue around, so we need to go through this next delicate. Come on, get through there. Go through this one. Okay. And we're going to go through the next one right here on the outside, not the inside. I'm going through the one on the outside. Okay, so let me give myself a little more thread and I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so we're coming out of this delica right here. Okay, I'm going to pick up a delica and go through the next one sticking out. Okay, pick up a delica, go through the next one sticking out. On the outside is where I'm doing this, not the inside. See, this outside row. Pick up a delica, go through the next one sticking out. Pick up a delica, go through the next one sticking out. Pick up a delica, and the reason I'm doing this on the outside row instead of the inside row is I didn't want to fill it in anymore, make it any skinnier, but I wanted this to be one row thicker, so I'm just going to do it on the outside row, and that way it will still keep the inner diameter of the hole big enough for my clasp, my thing to fit through, my filigree. I think. I'm going to have to check it. It may not fit through here. I may have made it too small. I may have to use a button. We'll see though. Because that filigree piece is pretty wide in the middle. Okay. And I'm just doing this the whole way around. I'm picking up a delica and going through the next one that's sticking out. I'm going to do it the whole way around. This reinforces this whole thing and makes it stronger. Okay, we're just about back to the beginning. Okay, so we're back to the beginning. I'm going to go pick up one more. And go through this one. And the Superduo. Just like that. Okay, so we're back to the beginning. Now let me grab my filigree piece and see if it's really going to fit through here. I think it will. Okay, so I think, let me look at this. I'm tempted to go around and embellish one more time and put these rondelles in here. If they would fit, and I think they will. I think that would be really pretty. So let me check this real quick. See if it would work. So I'm going to go through this delicate and that one. All the first three on this side till I get to where one is sticking out really far. Now let me just see if this will work. It may not, and if it doesn't, that's fine, but let me see if it will. I'm going to pick up a rondelle and see if it fits in there. Try something. I might put a delicate in this one and a rondelle in this next one. I'm just going to see if they'll fit without being like, I don't want to mess it up, you know, make them look weird, but it would be kind of pretty to have that sparkle on there. Put a delicate in this one. Yeah, it looks like they're going to fit. So I'm going to go a rondelle every other one. I'm doing a rondelle, a delicate, a rondelle, a delicate the whole way around. Let me just see how this looks. I think that's pretty. It adds some sparkle. You don't have to do it. I mean, you know, obviously you don't have to do anything that I'm showing you, but I think I'm just going to do that the whole way around because I kind of like the way that looks. It's pretty. It makes the loop just a little bit fancy. So I'm just peyoting around with a delicate and a rondelle, alternating the whole way to the next till we get back around. Okay. I was determined to get this tutorial done today because I've got to get off here. When I'm done here, I have to go clean house. Whoops. Chris's family's coming this week, and I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving Thursday morning to go home, so I have to get packed and all that, and I've decided I'm going to stay till Sunday because it's Mother's Day, so I'll get to be with my boys and my mom on Mother's Day, and then I will come back Monday. I was gonna leave tomorrow and stay like Thursday and Friday and then come back Saturday, but with it being Mother's Day on Sunday, I just decided I would stay for Mother's Day and come back a couple days later. And I'm not even sure what day Chris's family's coming. I don't know if I will even get to see them. I hope I do, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm just alternating the rondelles and the delicates the whole way around. But I really need to be house cleaning right now. But I was determined. I was like, I've got to get this tutorial done before I leave to go home, because I'm afraid I would forget, you know, like how to do it and everything if I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to add in one more delicate here. Right in there. And I'm going to sew back through this delicate and the Superduo. So here's where I'm at. Sew through that delicate and the Superduo. Just pull it, it'll go through. Just don't get it caught on anything. Okay, now we're going to tie some knots. So let's see here. I'm coming out of the Superduo. I'm going to go through the bottom hole of the Superduo back this way. And reinforce this just a bit because it's looking a little bit loose right there and I don't like that. So I'm going to go back through that hole of the Superduo and the top hole of this one beside it. So just like this. And if you have to use your pliers to pull, I don't think we've got so much thread going through the holes. It's just, it's a little tricky to get through it. Don't get caught on anything. There we go. Pull tight. And I'm going to go through these 4 seed beads. These 4 8/0 seed beads right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this Superduo. Okay, and just pull it tight. I'm just trying to get it to where it's not loose there at all at the... Okay, I'm going to go down and through the second hole of the Superduo and through this bicone. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to go through this hole of this Superduo and the first hole of this one. Make sure you're pulling tight. I'm going to go through the rondelle that's right here. Get through there. It's not that the holes are too tight, it's just hard to get in them because the beads are in the way. Okay, there we go. Well, I thought I had it. Alright, come on. There we go. And this first hole of that Superduo. Just like that. I'm just trying to reinforce and, you know, get to where I can make some knots. Okay, I'm going to make a knot here between these 2 Superduos in that little thread bridge. So, go through, just like that. I'm going to do a surgeon's knot, which is where you go through once and twice. And get my thread caught again. Pull tight. And I'm going to go on through this hole of this Superduo and the bicone. Right there. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. And I'm going to make a knot right here. Between this bicone and the Superduo and in that thread bridge. Okay, same thing, surgeon's knot, where I just go through twice. And pull tight. And I'm going to do one more knot here. Okay. Pull it down tight. Go through the bottom hole of this Superduo, the top hole of the one right below it, just like this. And I'm going to go down through the bottom hole of that Superduo and this bicone. Okay, gonna make one more knot on this thread bridge right here. Go through twice. Pull it down tight. Go through this bottom hole of the Superduo. And the top hole of the next one. Just like that. And I'm gonna cut my thread. Okay, I'm going to cut my thread right here. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got our peyote loop, it's embellished, and our bracelet. So we're going to come down here where our stop bead is. And I'm going to remove the thread from my needle, and we're going to sew on our other piece. So let's take the stop bead off. So the easiest way I found to do this is just get your needle and take it through one of the loops on this and pull, and if it's not the right loop to come loose, do the other one, and see, it comes right out. And then you can just take your bead and take it off. Okay, so we're going to thread our needle on this end. Hopefully I can do this with minimal You got to get it really flat. See, the fire line is round and the hole of the needle is not. So you have to take it and flatten it with your fingernail. There we go. And pull through. Okay, so we're coming out this top hole in the Superduo right here. I'm going to sew around to get to this other bead. So I'm going to go in the bottom hole right here of this one and the top hole of this one, just like this. Whoops, so sorry. Gosh, I wasn't knocking that until I started doing all this. This bicone, Superduo, Superduo, just like that. Superduo, bicone, Superduo. I'm going to go through the bottom hole of this Superduo. Just like that. I'm going to just go through the top hole of the Superduo and these 4 seed beads and the top hole of this middle Superduo and come out right here. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to sew on the filigree piece, and what I did not do is leave a lot of thread on here. So I'm going to, let me see here how I want to do this. Not delicas. Do I want to use 15-ohs? I'll use delicas. I'm going to pick up 4 delicas, a bicone, just like this. If you hear great explosions, Fort Bragg is blowing things up. Don't be alarmed. I'm going to go through the hole on my filigree. I'm going to pick up 4 more delicas. Go down this other side, just like that. It's just going to leave a little thing on the top right there. Then I'm going to go back through the bicone. Just like this. Pull it tight. And pick up 4 delicas. And go right back through the hole on the Superduo. Just like this. Okay. And that will sew on your little button or filigree, whatever you're using. Now we're just going to reinforce it. Go through it all the beads one more time. If you have enough thread, you can go through it more than once. If I hadn't shorted myself on thread, I would, but I have shorted myself on thread, and this bracelet's for me, so I'm not going to worry about, I don't have to worry about it falling apart on someone else. If that were the case, I would definitely add thread and sew it on, go through it several times, but it's my own, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm trying to get through these 4 delicas, and there we go. I'm sorry, I know that was hard to see, but it's hard to do on camera. Okay, go through the bicone again. Come on, it's tricky on camera to do this. Okay, get through the bicone again, there we go. And down through these 4 delicas. And through the Superduo top hole one more time. And because I'm so short on thread, you should sew down through these and do like we did on the other end, but I am very short on thread, so I'm going to make a knot here. And I know you guys told me something about going back through. Is this what you meant? That is a lot easier. Everybody was saying that. They were like, go back through backwards. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean, but that makes sense now. Okay. Let me get down here a little bit and make one more knot. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Go back through like this. Okay. That is much easier. If you have the coordination to do it, that is. And look at my thread. It's a mess. Okay. Yep, pull that tight. Let's see if I can do one more right here. That is so smart, guys. I never ever thought of doing it that way. Y'all are geniuses. You really are. Okay, and then I'm going to go through this hole on this Superduo. I don't like to cut it right where my knot is, so I'm going to try to get through a couple more little holes and then poke myself again. Look, make myself bleed again. I think that's the same spot I poked before. Okay, come on through here. And that is going to be as far as it's going to go, because it's like done. And so I'm going to cut it. Pull that little piece off that's hanging, and there it is. Okay. That got a little dicey in the end, but I think it will fit me. I hope it does. Yeah. Okay, good. I was worried it was going to be a little too short because it looked tiny, but let's see if I can get it on by myself. That's always the trick. Usually I have Chris help me, but it's always a good thing if you can get it. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, it turned out pretty. I'm liking this one a lot. Okay, look how sparkly and pretty that is, and this is just beautiful. I love the way this turned out. So, oh, I'm very happy with it, guys. I wasn't sure I would be. And I may take this filigree and just bend it down a little like this. There we go. So it's not poking straight out, you know. I'm going to get, you can bend it. I have another bracelet that I did this on. You can actually take your plier and bend it down a little so it's not, you know, poking out and going to grab onto something. Because you don't want that. So I usually just take the plier and just bend that down like that. Just, it angles it down and just makes it not quite so dangerous. But that is the bracelet. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the MaryKay bracelet. It's named after MaryKay because she gave me all these wonderful 2-hole beads, including some Superduos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And like I said, I'm trying to make up more original patterns. So that's my goal. It just takes me a while. I am going to actually be, I mentioned, I'm going to be leaving Thursday morning. And I will be gone until I'll be driving back on Monday. So Monday will be driving day for me. It's about 6.5 hours home. So yeah, I just wanted everybody to know that I will, if you place orders on the website, it may take a couple days to get them shipped because I'm not sure that Chris is really able to do that without me here. He doesn't. You know, he's never done it before, so I think I'll just probably wait till I get back to ship anything out, but it'll just be a couple days if, you know, it is, you know, I'll get them all back get them all out as soon as I get back, so it just should be just a couple days. But the Coriana chain is back on the website. I wanted to mention that. I have several earring kits on there. There are seashell pendant kits on there, so if y'all get on there and look, you, might see something that you like, but I did want you to know that the Coriana chain is back up on the website. So anyway, I really enjoyed making this. I think it's beautiful, and I like the slinky suppleness of it. I just think it turns out so pretty. This one I'm gonna have to take apart and redo because it's just too big. But yeah, you can tell by this one, it's just too big. It's just wide. But they do turn out really pretty. I think they're sparkly and yeah, so, and fairly easy to make. So, yeah, I'm going to get off here and get the house clean and, get some stuff packed up and try to get ready to go. And you guys have a great rest of the day. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you hit the little bell, it'll tell you every time I upload videos. And if you have any friends, beading friends, please refer them to the channel. I'm trying to grow it. And yeah, so anyway, you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.